Hello, welcome back to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about a subject that's quite dear to our hearts. Anyway, a couple of years ago when I was in Denmark Hill, which is in southeast London, my sister was with my mum, and as they were walking along the main thoroughfare, they were looking at a man crossing the road. He didn't get to the other side. He got hit by a truck. Bang! Now, he ended up against the grey railings, and they're a little bit older, so they've got little squares. And my sister remembered that on his back was squares. She could see the squares through his clothes, and the blood coming through. And it was quite traumatic at that time. And it was raining, and she remembered trying to speak to the guy, trying to get some sense out of the guy. Anyway, it wasn't happening. It was all over. Now, the reason why I mentioned this is because there's been a similar incident that happened a few months ago in Denmark Hill, just opposite Costa Coffee, where a young woman, she was 32, her name was Esther Hartsilver, was in an altercation with a small Arctic, and basically it was the last two wheels she had the problem with. She was run over. As she was run over, obviously the ambulance was closed, the road was closed off. There was a lot of people about because at the time, that's what HSBC was on the corner, and people were trying to help her. Fortunately, the emergency services were really quick, and they managed to get her to hospital. Now, what I didn't tell you was that she was a physiotherapist at the hospital, so she was known by staff. And King's is a big teaching hospital, so you're not going to know everyone, but everybody actually knew her. She was taken into the hospital, and she was seen by Duncan Bew. Now, Duncan Bew is a specialist surgeon. He deals with any type of trauma, and it's a difficult job. Now, of course, as she came into the hospital, they got to work straight on her. Now, after 6 hours, unfortunately, her life had expired, which everyone was really sorry to hear. But what I'm getting at is, what about the policemen, the firemen, and the other people who would have suffered trauma? What would have happened to them? What did people do? And also there are lots of other people who were indirectly linked to it, who had trauma. I'm hoping that they would have somehow sorted themselves out. Now, getting on to why it happened, I don't know why, but I do know one thing. We've got a campaign to make these roads safer. The cycling lane is absolutely disgusting, but guess what? We got a SAR. His name is Will Norman. It sounds like Will Norman. Will, I've got to be honest with you, you got to get your finger out. Another person's died. We're not happy. People are jumping up and stamping their feet, I know that sometimes it's difficult to get things done, and sometimes people aren't that important to everybody, but to us they are. We want to get something done. We've got to get something done pretty quickly, because we're not going to have it anymore. I believe that we've also got Sadiq Khan, Mr. Sadiq Khan. Now, what are you going to do? Because you know what, you need to do something. We're not happy with what you're doing. That's the bottom line. But anyway, you said you're going to give £145 million to cycling. Is that going to help us? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But we need to be doing something, because we, the people of South London, are going to come down and make some serious noise. And if you think the people of North London are bad, you haven't heard us yet. We've got to do something to make the cyclists safer. Mr. Norman, please, get your finger out, get something done. We need your help, and we need your help now. We're not going to see any more people dead just because, someone can't be bothered to think of a road scheme. That corner is dangerous. I've been on that corner. You want to cross the road, it's quite easy. You go to the corner and you run. That's before the vehicle comes around the corner, because it comes to the left. We've got to get something done. Anyway, look, I'm going to end this because I'm going to get really with it. But look, don't phone me. Don't phone me, please. Just email me and I will sort something out with you. Anyway, have a good day.